If you were a soldier defending a medieval fortress, you knew how to survive flaming arrows, battering rams, and heavy stone boulders. But as the sun set outside the walls of Caffa in 1346, the attacking army loaded their massive catapults with something else. The sky filled with the rotting, twisting silhouettes of human corpses. Those bodies splattering into the streets below were intentionally launched over the walls. History usually treats the Black Death as a tragic accident of trade, but here in Caffa, it was a deliberate act of biological warfare. Today, we are looking at the nightmare siege that weaponized the dead. Look at this map of the Black Sea. Right here on the Crimean Peninsula sits Caffa. In the 14th century, it was a heavily fortified, massively wealthy trading hub controlled by Italian merchants. Zooming out, you can see how precarious that position actually was. The surrounding territory belonged to the Mongol Golden Horde. Their commander, Jani Beg, wanted the city's wealth for himself. He surrounded Caffa with a massive army, built towering siege engines, and prepared to starve the Italians out under the strict rules of traditional Mongol military code. But before the walls could be breached, a silent anomaly infiltrated the Mongol camp. Soldiers suddenly developed terrifying, egg-sized black swellings in their armpits and groins. Within days, thousands of warriors were violently coughing up blood and dying in agony. The bubonic plague had arrived. Every conventional military tactic Jani Beg knew was suddenly entirely useless. His tactical advantage evaporated overnight as his army rotted away from the inside out. This historical engraving illustrates the complete collapse of the Mongol camp. Every single day, hundreds of men succumbed to the infection, forcing the survivors into an endless, muddy cycle of frantic mass burials. Facing catastrophic, non-combat losses on this scale, standard military protocol demanded an immediate retreat. An army cannot fight when it is dying. Jani Beg, however, refused to abandon the siege. Surveying the towering piles of his own dead soldiers, he recognized a grotesque opportunity. Those infectious corpses were an untapped arsenal. He ordered his remaining troops to halt the burials entirely. Instead, they began dragging the bloated, highly contagious bodies through the mud, hauling them directly to the base of the massive wooden siege engines. Imagine standing in the narrow streets of Caffa. You hear the massive wooden arms of the trebuchets snap, and then heavy, grotesque shadows begin raining down from the night sky, smashing into the cobblestones. The falling bodies inflicted immediate physical damage and severe psychological shock. But Jani Beg's deliberate strategy accomplished something far worse. He was sealing Caffa into an inescapable biological pressure cooker. The bombardment was relentless. Rotting human remains shattered through the wooden roofs of merchant houses, splattering highly infectious fluids across the urban grid. Looking at the ruins of those Genoese fortress walls in the cliffs below, you can visualize the panic. The terrified Italian defenders desperately hooked the mangled remains and dragged them out of the streets, dumping them directly into the sea. But as this diagram shows, physical disposal was entirely futile. The explosive impact of the bodies immediately released thousands of infected fleas into the city. Those fleas attached to the local rat population, which rapidly carried the bacteria directly into human homes. This illuminated manuscript captures the grim reality of what happened next. A rapid escalation of disease swept through the trapped population. Victims suffered extreme fevers, followed by the emergence of black, rotting buboes, massive lumps swelling on their groins and necks. The high stone walls designed to protect the city from the Mongol army now served the different purpose. They became a cage, trapping the citizens inside with a hyper-lethal contagion, while the Mongols watched from the safety of the plains. As the city collapsed into a labyrinth of the dead and dying, a small group of surviving Genoese merchants fought their way to the harbor. They abandoned Caffa, fleeing into the Black Sea on their wooden galleys. Watching the burning fortress fade into the horizon, these merchants genuinely believed their ships were a sanctuary. They thought they had survived the nightmare. But invisible stowaways had already boarded the ship. Infected rats carrying the plague fleas were hiding deep within the dark cargo holds, turning the escape vessels into floating Trojan horses. This map tracks the exact moment the contagion breached the continent. In 1347, those specific merchant ships docked in the ports of Sicily. The infected rats disembarked, and the disease rapidly radiated outward, swallowing Europe. Jani Beg's desperate tactical decision to catapult his decaying soldiers over a fortress wall didn't just break a siege. By turning the city into a biological launchpad, he initiated a sequence that killed up to 50 million people, nearly a third of Europe's population. It remains the most devastating act of biological warfare the world has ever seen. While the defenders of Caffa were terrified of a visible external threat falling from the sky, centuries later, wealthy Victorians willingly purchased a hidden internal horror. Just look at this vibrant, glowing green dress. Click the video on your screen right now to see how this beautiful green fabric was actually saturated with enough poison to kill the wearer.